New Thought Media Network. Our vision, a world of love, peace, and positively inspiring media. Our mission, uplifting human consciousness by promoting positive music, media, and entertainment. Our purpose, sharing a consciousness of love, peace, and empowerment through a variety of media streams. And hello again, dear ones. Reverend Robert with you. Is it the 25th? I'm losing track of the days again. It's the 26th. See that, folks? I've got our guest correct at least tonight. Our guest is Reverend Chris Plym, who is a dear friend, and we've been bumping into each other for a whole bunch of years around Colorado. Welcome, dear one. How are you?
I'm very good. Hello, Robert, and hello, all.
Great to see you here. Now, folks, many of you know that this entire week in the morning session, so this program happens every morning at 8:15 a.m. and evening at 8:15 p.m. And in the morning session, we have been featuring guests from around the globe, and they all have one thing in common. It's called the Heart of Peace Committee. Now, the Heart of Peace Committee is a subcommittee of the Global Services Committee of the Centers for Spiritual Living. And this is a really great and dedicated group of people that are bringing forth peace meditations in various forms at various times from various areas of the planet. We've been speaking with Geneva, Switzerland, and Johannesburg, South Africa. A handful of their members are here in the United States. And Reverend Chris, if I understand correctly, you're kind of the cat wrangler of the community.
Yes,
is that right?
Cat wrangler is a good description.
And they're all peaceful cats. So, and folks, we have put links that are in the description of the program up here, or maybe it's over there, that will get you to the Heart of Peace Committee. They've got a Facebook group where you can sign up or learn more about when the next meditations are happening and how they happen, and a web page as well. So please check out those when you get a chance. And again, there's live links in the description. So Reverend Chris, I'm so grateful you're with us. We really only ever kind of ask one question, and that is that in the midst of what's going on, what's been in your heart? What's been in your prayers?
You know, Robert, there is so much going on in the United States. I think we feel that there is some unrest in the rest of the world, and certainly all of the world is dealing with the coronavirus. But in the States, we see unrest that I think is bubbling up, that's really just creating a catalyst for moving us forward to a new place, a new way of being. There's more and more people that are seeing that the old ways of being just don't work anymore. And so they're being shedded. And we're looking for, new ways to be in a digital arena, new ways to interact with each other, new respect for each other, the respect for human life, and whether it's about the coronavirus or any of the other civil unrest that we're experiencing, any of that. There's a quote from Gautama Buddha that really strikes me. It is, "The only way to bring peace to the earth is to learn to make our own life peaceful." And so in my prayer work, I work on myself to go through my acts of forgiveness, to look for ways that I can be of more service, to maybe be a little more humble, a little more kind. How can I be that peace? Because when I'm peace, then it shows up in everyone that I am working with, dealing with, encountering, whether it's online or in person. It's all really just beautiful.
Yeah, beautiful. Thank you. That's a great, I love that. Be in the peace. Let's be the peace.
That's right.
Perfect. Well, folks, that puts us right at that perfect space. It's time to get some prayer work going. So Reverend Chris is going to get us started. At some point, Spirit will say, hey, nudge that over and she'll send it my way. I'll wrap up the prayer and we'll get into the rest of our evening. Now, do remember as you listen to this, this isn't begging and beseeching. We're not here pleading and saying, oh, please, please, bless us, bless us. This is all about a positive affirmation of the universal truth that we already know. And in many times opening to a revelation of truth that maybe we are just now learning more or learning to express and to embody. So Reverend Chris, please take us away.
All right. So I'm going to start us with a quote from Ernest Holmes, the founder of religious science, before we get into the prayer, because I think it'll lead into a very powerful prayer. Peace comes from the absence of fear, from a consciousness of trust, from a deep underlying faith in the absolute goodness and mercy, the final integrity of the universe in which we live, and of every cause to which we give our thought, our time, and our attention. So as I recognize these words and the truth of these words, I recognize that there is only one power, one spirit, one life, one form, one manifestation, that it encompasses everything, all of us on this radio station this evening, or if you're listening after the fact. But it also encompasses our thoughts, our deeds, our actions. It encompasses this physical universe in which we live. It encompasses the non-physical universes in which God lives and moves and has its being. So as I know that there is this one spirit in this one life, I know that each of us is guided, blessed, protected, drawn forth in this God, as this God, exhibiting the creativeness, the spirit, and the love of God. And so as we relax into our hearts and our minds, we know that we are divinely led and divinely guided, and that we are led right into that center core of peace, of joy, of love, of perfect expression, of knowing the highest and best for each of us, but also knowing that highest and best for all others, knowing the highest and best for all of our political leaders, knowing the highest and best for all of those leading large companies, all of those leading mid-sized companies, all of those small businesses, and how they are impacted this day and every day. And yet I know that God is right there in the middle, that just as God continues to evolve, we are evolving also. We have more faith, more trust, more love, as we experience this centeredness that is God present right here, right now. And so I relax into the joy of just knowing this truth, of knowing that there is simply nothing but God, no matter the outside appearances, no matter how we may feel conflicted or torn by anything we hear or see. We can go to that center and say, God is right there. And it is my joy and opportunity to realize that God is in that situation, in that environment, in that culture, in that experience, and that God is always working for the highest and the best, and that we are all evolving in that one perfect mind of spirit. So as I relax into this, I relax into that peace, into that love, and into that joy. I turn this prayer over to Robert right now.
Oh. And I feel the vibration of love. I feel that vibration of peace holding me, lifting me. The vibration of peace opening the portals of perception, opening the portals of opportunity. That vibration of peace, opening my heart to say yes to that which is calling. They claim for each one here that same sense, that same sense of the vibration lifting, expanding, growing. And the deep sacred calling of within that beckons forth and that demands each to say yes. Yes, I shall serve. Yes, I am here as an emissary of the divine, as a divine emanation of the one, as an absolute experience of God's life coming into form right now. This is what's happening for each and every one across this planet. We are each creators of the divine. We are each divine creations of the Creator. We are each the creative experience and process taking form right now. There is a mighty calling that's happening upon this planet right now, and we are each in our own way saying yes and being called. Called to live more, to be more, to express in a new and amazing way, to be the hands of God forming this new world, this new life, this new time, and this new paradigm, and this new age, and this new everything. And so I need not concern myself with how all this is happening. I need not concern myself with the humanness of it, the muck and the mire and what's falling apart. I can, and that's fine, and have fun there. And the truth is calling to the construction, to the resurrection, to the reformation of how we live life, how we support and serve each other, a world that works for everyone, and where everyone does the work, does the inner work to heal thyself, to be at peace in thy own heart, and does the outer work of expressing that peace, that love, that joy into the world. So others may be uplifted and inspired to do their inner work and then take that work out into the world, and again and again and again. It all starts from within, but it must have an outlet in the human world. And so I claim for each a sense of saying yes to the action steps, to that which is calling forth to be done right now, with joy, with glory, in service to a mighty, mighty vision of this world, of this planet, of our lives. And I am in this moment filled with the vibration of gratitude for this revelation, for this opportunity. Grateful to know it is not I doing the work, it is God doing the work. It is the oneness that does all of this work, and I get to say yes to it. I say yes to the service with a grateful heart. I release this word into the law that must demonstrate, that must operate upon this word, and I know that it is already operating on this word. So I recognize this is a done deal in the mind of God, and I can get out of the way and let it be. I release the word into the law, and I know God's got it, so I let go and I let God be God. And if any of this has resonated in any way, please join us in an affirmation of truth as we say together, and so it is. Okay.
Yeah, way to go.
Time to go back. I got enough energy to go back to work for a few more hours, right?
Okay.
So, well, Reverend Chris, thank you so much for being with us. It's great seeing you here this evening.
All right. Thank you, Robert. Thank you for having me on the show.
Absolutely. And peace again, folks, please do check out the Heart of Peace Committee and all that they're doing. The links are in the comments. Really, really, really good work happening there. So I love you all. We'll see you again in the near future. Peace and blessings. Until then, bye now.
All right. Bye-bye.